Hey guys, so this is your practice video for the Mozart Symphony 40 Minuet. But before I jump into that, I wanted to give you a quick little crash course in the point of that particular excerpt, which is we're getting into hemiola. So in a nutshell, hemiola is 3 against 2. We actually talked about this in class before you went away for break, in that I had a discussion with you over beaming when you're writing in compound meter, and how beaming can reflect the grouping of the measure. And some of you were giving me 3/4 beaming in 6/8. And we talked about, why that was a misinterpretation and whatnot. Unknowingly, you were giving me what could have been interpreted as hemiola. So take a look at the chicken scratch I put up here. You have 2 measures of 6/8. The first measure is how we normally see 6/8, right? Beaming and grouping in 3s. The second measure, still in 6/8, but if I were to black out that time signature and just give you that measure, you would more than likely assume it to be in 3/4. So what we're going to do, and if you'd like to do this, if you're able to do this with me, please feel free. We're going to keep the 8th note constant and just change the way we group it. So we're going to start, and we're just going to put kind of like repeat ad nauseum symbols here. So let's just start with a regular 6/8 measure. Here's a pulse, da 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 ta 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 ta. Same you always do it, right? Now let's keep that 8th note constant and change your accent pattern. So I want you to really kind of over exaggerate the grouping. But I want you to do that. This time, we're not going to conduct right now. So just change your grouping. We're going to do 2 rounds of this and then 2 rounds of this. Ready, go. Ta 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 ta. So you can feel how the 8th note stays constant, but you're just changing the grouping. Kind of the example of this is the song America from West Side Story. So it's in 6/8, but the grouping alternates every measure from grouping in 3, grouping in 2. So we're just alternating a compound meter sound with a simple meter sound. And that is what we're going to get at with the Mozart Minuet example 2. So a couple good exercises to do with this, if you want, is to conduct the dotted quarter while switching between tying these and then tying these and kind of feeling that discord. Another fun way is to try and clap the beats while tying the different patterns. So tying the groupings of 3, tying the groupings of 2, just to kind of get it in your body. With that in mind, let's take a look at the Mozart. And I'm actually going to play this for you. The excerpt is super, super short. And I think it's worth it for us to listen to it together and conduct in a couple of different ways. So this is, and you're responsible for the rhythm of the first violin line, the part that's highlighted. So let's just give it a listen once. If you're in my theory class, we've already done this. Okay, so there's your first exposure to it. Now, can we just go through, it's a quick 3, so your conducting pattern is going to have to be kind of little. Let's go through and just conduct in 3. So conduct like you kind of normally would. Here you go. So really small pattern, right? Fine. Okay. Now, I want us to look at this melody. And you see some ties over the bar line and things like that, but I want us to talk about kind of what those ties are doing and what our grouping situation is here. So as we see this, we have a half note here. We have, in essence, another half note here, right? It's 2/4 that are tied over the bar line. And then we have this group of 4/8 notes, again, in essence, a half note grouping. And then we get a regular old bar. Then we do the same thing. Half note, 2-beat gesture of 4/8 notes, and then a regular old bar of 3. One last time, half, 2-beat grouping. And then it seems like we are kind of in the clear. We're just sort of in regular 3/4 from there on out. Now, I'm going to slow it down. We're not going to go back to the recording right now. But I want us to try conducting in a way that reflects this duple grouping against the triple meter. So what I mean by that is you are going to alternate between conducting slow 3s and fast 3s. So you're going to conduct for me here a slow 3 pattern. And then when you get to this measure, just a regular quick 3 like we just did. Then we're going to go back to a slow 3, and then a quick 3. And then one last time, slow pattern of 3, and then quick 3, all the way to the end of the excerpt. I'm just going to kind of, in an off-key manner, hum at you the melody, way down tempo, so we can practice this. 1 and 2, ta 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 ta, yep, ba 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 da bum bum. So that's way under tempo, but it kind of shows you what we're getting at. Those kind of large beats are just you reflecting the hemiola in your conducting pattern. So your pattern is always a 3 pattern. What changes is the tempo of it. So let's try it with the recording once. The recording is quick, so if you need to practice it under tempo, you can just do what we just did. But let's try it with the recording once so you kind of get a feel for it. And you're home free from here, just regular 3s. Okay, so hopefully that is helpful. Again, do it under tempo to practice and to get used to that feeling. But all you have to do is just conduct in these 2 varying 3 patterns. So when you actually perform this for me, checks, you're just going to speak the rhythm while you conduct the pattern. So just speak it on a ta or whatever system works for you while you conduct the pattern that we just did. Plus is, I want you to sing it to me, please, on a neutral syllable. So you'll sing the melody on a neutral syllable while you conduct the 2 different 3 patterns. So reflecting the hemiola with your conducting. If you have questions, jump on Zoom for my office hours. This is something that I think is really fruitful to practice kind of face-to-face as best we can, so we can work out the conducting and listen to it together. So if you want some extra practice, jump into my office hours for that. But that is your A, crash course in hemiola, and B, practice video for the Mozart Symphony 40 Minuet. If you've got questions, let me know. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing your smiling face performing that for me.